Welcome back to Hannity's America. In his first interview since returning from the Middle East, I recently spoke one-on-one with Senator Joe Lieberman about the current state of affairs in Iraq and who he plans on endorsing for the White House in 2008. Take a listen. All right, and joining us now on Hannity's America, Senator Joe Lieberman. Senator, welcome back to the program. Good to see you, my friend.
You too, Sean. Always good to see you. Thank you.
Let's talk about this. Now you just got back. How many trips have you had to Iraq? What number was this you just got back from?
I think this was 6th. It might have been my 7th. Last time I was there was December, so it's about a 6-month separation.
Senator, what does it mean to you, when you go over there every time, you come back and talk about the progress, and then, you have people in your party like Senator Clinton voted to send these guys there, then they vote to cut off funding. You were very critical of the comments of Harry Reid, the war is lost.
Right.
What does that mean to you in terms of your relationship with your own party?
Well, it's this is nothing new. I mean, I feel like my perception of the threat of Islamist extremist terrorism and the relevance of what's happening in Iraq to the larger war we're fighting against the people who attacked us is so different from most Democrats that I don't get it. And look, this last trip, Sean, just last week, the relationship between what a lot of people here in Washington are saying about the war in Iraq and what's actually happening on the ground in Iraq is purely coincidental. In other words, there's not much connection from the words of the critics to what's happening over there.
But we're in the middle of this election season. You know it all too well. You just came off a pretty tough election yourself here. Right. As you watch these debates, as you listen to these candidates, as I listen to you here, I hear Joe Lieberman more in line with the Republican Party on the defining issue of our time. And that raises the question, and this is not in disagreement. All the Democratic candidates want out of Iraq.
Yep.
Could you see yourself supporting any of the major Republican candidates?
I definitely could, Sean. I mean, I got to tell you, just to be talk straight to you and those who are listening, so far in all the debates and public statements, it's certainly the leading Republican candidates for the presidential nomination that I'm much more consistent with on the defining issue of our time. You said it, and I agree with it, which is the threat of Islamist extremist terrorism, much more in line with them than the leading Democratic candidates. And it is why I have made up my own mind. I'm not getting involved in this presidential contest until after the two parties have their presumptive nominees. And then I'm going to support whichever candidate I believe will best serve America regardless of party, and obviously that could include the presumptive Republican nominee. I mean, when John Edwards says that the war on terror is a bumper sticker slogan, I'll tell you, from my trip to Iraq, to the Middle East last week, I went to 3 of our Arab allied nations and Israel. And they know, the Arabs and the Israelis, that the war on terror is not a bumper sticker slogan for politics. It is a reality that they live with every day. And, of course, we should, too.
I agree with you, too, completely. Is there any one person running for president, Republican or Democrat, that you think, you say they speak, besides, I'm not running, but I know when I speak you say amen, but you say, that's me, that's my position, I can support that guy?
Well, look, John McCain and I are just the closest of friends, so when he speaks about Iraq, Afghanistan, the war on terror, the world, I agree with him. I think Rudy Giuliani has been very strong.
Yeah.
And I will tell you something else, Sean, because the way whatever you think about it, the way the primaries are set up now, the left and the right drive the nominees. But what's interesting to me so far is that it's on the Republican side, whether you agree or not, that at least 2 of the candidates have had the nerve to disagree with what the conventional political wisdom is of the base of the party. I'm talking about John McCain on immigration and Rudy Giuliani on abortion. I haven't seen any of that willingness to take on any of the vested interest groups within the left of the Democratic Party by the leading Democratic candidates.
That's a great observation. All right. In the state of Connecticut, your state, if it was Rudy Giuliani versus Hillary Clinton today, who do you think would win?
Well, it's real interesting to say, and I believe that I'm correct in saying that there was a poll that indicated that Rudy would be ahead. I think that's true. So what's fascinating is that and we've talked about this. If you ask people generically, are you going to favor a Democrat for president in 08 or a Republican? The Democrats are ahead 10 or 12 points. But when you put the names in, Giuliani is ahead of most everybody. I'm not just talking about Connecticut, but nationally. It's close. McCain is ahead of most of the candidates most of the time. And I think what that says is exactly what we're talking about, and I hope the Democrats listen to it.
Do you think Rudy would be a good president?
You're not trying to get me to, I said I'd wait till next February to decide. Yeah, I'm, from what I know of him, I think he would be, and obviously I think there's some others that would be too. So it's too early to make a decision. But this is important for our future, to say the obvious, and it's why I'm going to do this like an independent, and like I hope a lot of Democrats and Republicans will, which is to go for the person I think will do the best for America, not who wears a party label that I happen to wear.
Senator, appreciate you being with us. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.